With the ongoing cost of living crisis and inflation not slowing down, it has become quite difficult to save a good amount of money in a short period. Price of groceries keep skyrocketing. Everyone is coming after your coins at every opportunity they get, and the price of pay to survive on a daily basis has become expensive. If you had $30,000 saved today, how will you spend it? Share in the comment section and let us have a good chat. I'm back with more money saving tips, and in today's video, I will share 5 tips to spend less and save more money, with the goal of getting you to save more in 2024. If you're new here, my name is Ayolo. I am a chartered accountant and I post videos weekly on personal finance, particularly helping you make better money decisions. Join this community by clicking the subscribe button below. My first tip for you is to think of your spending or purchases in terms of time and effort expended to earn that money. When you buy a shoe of, say, $1,000, how many hours did you have to work to make that $1,000? If your hourly rate is $25, for example, it means you worked 40 hours, an entire week, to make that money, which also means a quarter of that month's paycheck is going towards that. Breaking down your purchase this way will help you perform a cost-benefit analysis. In this case, is the benefit that you hope to get from this shoe worth a week of sweat and blood from that job that you most likely do not enjoy? I have used the shoe as a simple example here, but you can use this same analysis for the many other purchases that we make on a daily basis. The question is this purchase really worth the time I put in to make the money? Now, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying you should not buy the things you need. My point is for you to not just mindlessly spend money, but to evaluate your purchases in terms of work and hours put in. It is only natural that your mind will properly rationalize your spending if you think this way, and this will leave you more money to save. The next tip for you to save more is to declutter your mind, your space, and know that less is more. The other day I was cleaning out my space and I saw items that I didn't know I had, like clothes with tags still on them, various pieces in the house, and I was like, wow, I really have these things here, all collecting dust and providing no value whatsoever. I know that this is the case for most people as well. In this age and time, we pride ourselves in collecting things, including things that we do not need. We're so obsessed with over-consumerism, and with just a click away, we're buying things. Guess what, guys? If there is any item in your wardrobe or house that you haven't used in the last 6 months, then you probably don't need it. You don't need more things to make you happy or define who you are. As a matter of fact, less is more. Look around your house today, declutter things that you are not using. Give them out, if possible, or put these items up for sale on Facebook Marketplace or any of these other websites. The money you make from those sales will be extra income for you, which you can then save. Another angle to this is when you rent a 3-bedroom apartment instead of a 2-bed, just because you need a bigger space to put the many things you have acquired over the years. This means money you should really be saving, or you should ideally be saving, is going towards additional rent for a 3-bed instead of a 2-bed. So guys, look around your home today and declutter or downsize if possible. Once you declutter, do not go back to buying more. The goal is to live a minimalist but fulfilled life. The next tip to save more is to avoid hypothetical spending. I am guilty of this one, and I'll break it down for you. Hypothetical spending is when you buy something you don't need at the moment, but you think you will need it at some point in the future. I will use myself as a case study here. We're in winter, or let me say moving towards spring right now. I don't need open shoulder dresses, right? It's cold, so I possibly don't have a need for it. But every time I go on this website, I end up buying summer clothes for summer vacation or for a future trip that I haven't even bought a ticket, nor do I have a concrete plan for. I am simply wasting my money on something that I do not need right now, but for some reason I think that there will be a use for it in the future. What I noticed in time past is that I ended up not wearing those clothes because they're either out of style and I'm no longer interested in the design. This means I wasted money that I could have saved. While I spend on clothes, yours might be gadgets, household items, or anything at all. If you do not need it now, please don't buy it for when you think you will need it. Instead, save that money. If you're enjoying this video so far, please click the like button below and share this video with your best people. Your support means so much to me, and together we'll get to reach more people with this valuable information. Thank you. The top tip is to cut down on your biggest expenses. You can really get creative with this tip to cut your expenses significantly and save more. If you have a basement in your house, for example, have you considered renting out that space as a way to generate income? And this will reduce your mortgage payments. For things like insurance and other recurring bills, the holiday season, especially around Black Friday, is a good time to call your service provider for a discount or renegotiate your bill. I did this for my phone bill last year and I got the discount. Guys, there is no harm and no shame in asking for discounts or for your rates to be reduced. The worst thing that will happen is that you will get a no. But the world doesn't come to an end, right? More often than not, you will get a yes, and this will leave more money in your pocket. If you have a spare room in your home, you can consider putting it on Airbnb for some extra income. It's time for you to really analyze the big ticket items on your expense list. What makes up the big chunk of your monthly payment or expenses? Once you have identified those things, the next step is to look for ways to reduce those expenses. I'm not talking about things like coffee here. I mean those things that will really move the needle and allow you to save more while you lower your expenses. Next tip to get you saving more in less time is to leverage technology and automate your saving. I believe one of the gifts we have now is technology, and we should get the most out of it. Setting up an auto transfer between your checking account to your savings account every week or month will be all the change you need to make you get to hit your savings goal. If you had $1,000 in your checking account and $200 got automatically transferred to your savings account, you would successfully trick your mind to keep your expenses to the $800 left over, and you have no choice but to make do with that. What this automation does is that it removes all mental and physical roadblock to your savings, since it reduces the resistance from you and everything is basically set on an autopilot. I also know of apps that when linked to your account, they help you categorize your spending, tell you what has increased or what has decreased, so you can clearly see where to make amends. Takeaways for you to leverage technology and automate everything regarding your finance that can be automated. The last tip to save more in today's video is for you to spend money on what makes you and only you happy, which then allows you to cut out spending on what doesn't bring you joy and fulfillment, thereby allowing you to save more. There is this popular debate of if money buys happiness or it doesn't, and I always laugh when I hear people say this. I can make an entire video on that, but based on this Harvard University research, it states that if money doesn't make you happy, you probably aren't spending it right. It goes further to explain that for you to get more happiness from your money, one of the things you should be spending on is experiences and not material goods. It lists other things to spend money on, and I will leave a link to the research paper below. If you're interested in reading it, please check it out. My point here is when you identify what genuinely makes you happy and you spend on it, it means you're getting utmost value from it, and you can cut out what doesn't make you happy. And then you aggressively spend less on that, and you're able to reach your savings goal fast. Ultimately, the key to saving for your future without losing out on the present is true balance. At the point, I was all about saving and nothing else mattered. Every penny went into trying to save to invest a set amount, and at that time, I really deprived myself of any form of enjoyment or extra activities. While I was happy to have hit my savings goal, I felt like I was just living to work and save money. At another time, I wasn't saving at all, and in my mind, I was living my best life like there was no tomorrow, but my future self was definitely not pleased. None of those two extremes are sustainable, and I quickly had to find the balance between living in the present while also practicing some form of delayed gratification. It's all about balance, and that's what I preach on this channel. Do you have a specific amount that you want to save in 2024? It can be less than $30,000 or more. Share in the comment section below. Thank you for watching to this point. I hope you got some value from this video. I will see you in the next one, and cheers to a life of options. Bye.